Hi, I'm Hester Vaughan from Lifestyle Coach, and I'm going to do a presentation on the vitality enhancements for 2016. Right, so for this next year, Discovery, or Vitality rather, are concentrating almost completely on getting you as a client to be active. So before, they used to sort of spread their emphasis on stopping smoking, eating healthily, as well as exercising. But the research shows that if you can get somebody to exercise, and when I say exercise, I don't mean go for a run or a cycle or an exercise class in the morning and then spend the rest of the day in front of your computer. That's not good enough. That's what the latest research shows. You have to be active throughout the day. It's actually really bad for your organs to stay sitting for a long period of time. In fact, one of the things that I heard was that if you smoke, so a mild smoker, less than 5 cigarettes a day, who is very active, has got less chance of developing severe illnesses than someone who doesn't smoke but who is inactive. So this slide shows you that if you can get somebody to be active, there's a 79% chance that the rest of their health will improve, their eating and stopping or slowing down on smoking. So that's the whole push for this year. So to that end, they have launched a program called the Vitality Active Reward. Some of you might have seen it or been sent an email. It's all going to be going down on your cell phone. So you have to have a smartphone for this as well. They're very proud of this because this is the first thing that they've launched in the UK. So there's about 6 million Vitality members overseas. And this is the first thing they've launched in the UK, and they did it with Starbucks. So basically, you are going to be downloading the new Discovery app on your phone, either brand new if you're doing it for the first time, or just make sure that it's updated, and you'll know that it's the right one. That if you open Vitality, that one of the first things you see is Vitality Active Rewards. You can email me again at hester@lifestylecoach.co.za if you have any questions on how to do this. So what they've done is they give you weekly goals, and they've realized that if they can give you a tangible reward at the end of every week, to be active, you will more likely be doing all the stuff that you need to do to be healthy. So if you can meet their goal, so once a week they're going to give you a goal. So for example, when you first start, they'll say you have to make 150 points. I think that might be on the next slide. No, not, I'll go one back. So you have to make 150 points. So that will be one visit to the gym this year. And as soon as you've done it, they'll say, congratulations. So the week runs from Friday, midnight Friday, through to the next week, 1 week. Congratulations, you've reached your reward. Claim your reward, and you'll actually be able to go onto the app, and you can choose either a hot drink or a smoothie from Kauai, or a hot drink from Vida, a coffee from Vida. So I know it sounds like, yeah, whatever, a free smoothie every week, which is great, but there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Firstly, they're making it much simpler for you to get points. So whereas this last year, your maximum fitness points that you could get were 15,000, this year they've increased it to 50,000 for adults, and even children can add 20,000 fitness points. So they literally, as long as you are active, it is going to be so much easier to get to gold or diamond status next year than it has ever been before. Right, so this is the first next advantage of doing these goals. If you can meet your weekly goals in the month, then your gym membership, your Planet Fitness or Virgin Active, will increase from 80% to 100%. So you literally will get 100% off your gym fees. That's a local club only. That doesn't include the Premier Network. You'll have to still continue paying for that. So here's an example. So that's the next thing. If you don't, from next year, your discount drops from 80% to 75%. But if you just do your weekly goals, you will get 100% off your gym fees. Okay, anything else I need to mention? Right. The next thing is, I'm very excited about this, is that you can literally get 100% off your local flights. So how that works is, on booking, you will still get your normal initial discount when you book your flights, and remember to always go via the Discovery website. You log in, you go to Vitality, you go to Discovery Travel Rewards, and then you go into the Kulula website from there. So you will say, if you're on Diamond, you'll still get your initial 35% discount. Now, if you book a maximum of 14 weeks in advance. So this is not for business travel. This is meant to be to reward you for holidays. So if you've booked 14 weeks in advance, and if you manage to meet your weekly goals on your Vitality Active Rewards, you will get 100% off your flights. So if you've only booked 8 weeks in advance, but you've made all the goals for those 8 weeks, you'll get 75% off. So you can see how it works. So that's really, really exciting. And again, it's only for the people who are doing the Vitality Active Reward. So if you're a family of 2 adults and 2 children, and only you are doing the Vitality Active Rewards, only you will get up to 100% back on your flight. Your partner will still get the normal discount that you would have gotten, and your kids can't get the Active Rewards. And also, it's only on the base fare, so it excludes those lovely airport taxes that they have now added on to all of them. So that's a very exciting one for next year. This is just an example of how your smoothies equates to getting the gym back. And then this is the other exciting launch for next year. They have done a joint venture with Apple Watch. This brings me to how to work this Vitality Active Rewards. They are actually reducing the amount of points that you can get from just showing up at a place. So if you go to gym this year, if you go in, swipe and walk out, you'll get 150 points. From next year, that will drop to 100 points. Same with the park runs. This year you get 500 points, but from next year it drops to 300 points. So they are giving you less points just for showing up and just dawdling through your exercise, and they're giving much more points, much more rewards when you are using a device that can prove the length of your exercise and the intensity of your exercise. So if you don't want to do anything except have your smartphone and all you do is go for walks or runs or cycles, you can download Strava. That's the latest one. So please don't work with any of the others that you've used up until now, the MyFitness or the Living Vitality. Rather use Strava if you're a runner or a cyclist, because it works very well. You download Strava, then you go back onto the app, and you go to Vitality Active Rewards and you go link my devices and apps, and they will automatically link those two things. And then it's as easy as going for a walk. You go onto your Strava, say record, and it records the distance and the time that you have gone for a run or a walk or a cycle, and it will, once you've pressed stop and save this workout, it will automatically talk to your Vitality Active Rewards, and that's it, Bob's your uncle. But for those of us who don't walk or cycle, and you do other things like dance classes or yoga or any of the other things, they have now brought out the Apple Watch. It's not waterproof. Let me just put that in there. You can basically get it at a hugely reduced price or for free. So it works like this. You have to have the Discovery credit card to be able to get this. I think it's 350 Rand. You activate it. It might even be available at the end of November. You activate it, and I think you pay 350 Rand, or you can even go and choose it at the Apple Store. I think there's a way of doing it. Then if you do your Vitality Active Reward goals, that app that I've just shown you, if you meet all your goals for the month, they won't take any money off towards the watch. But if you only do one or less, they will take 250 Rand off to pay towards your watch. And if you've met 2 of the goals, they'll take 175 Rand off. And if you've made 3 weeks out of the 4 weeks, they will take only 100 Rand off your account. So the worst case scenario, if you want to get an Apple Watch and you have your Discovery credit card, they basically just allocate I think it's about 6,500 Rand. That's what these watches cost. So they don't put it through your credit card, but they reserve it, like when you hire a car for the deposit. And if you never do any of these active rewards at all, if you never meet your goals, you will get the watch for 6,500 Rand interest free. You'll pay it off at 250 Rand a month for 2 years, and then the watch is yours after 2 years. It's one per family. But if you manage to just meet 2 goals per month, your weekly goals twice in the month, then you get it for half price. And if you're really good and you meet your goals every single time, then you get the watch for free. Did I mention it's one per family, one per Vitality membership of the family? per every 2 years. Right, that's how you do it. You're going to order it online, but they will send out emails for how to do this. And again, if you have any questions, you can either look on, I think for this one, look on the Discovery website, because they haven't actually even launched it yet. Right, this is what I was explaining to you. So they are really pushing for you to get a device. So if you don't want the Apple Watch, I really recommend that you either exercise with your phone, and remember the phone will only work if it's measuring distance. So that's if you're running, walking, or cycling. But if you are doing any of the other activities, or you're doing, you're doing a workout in your home, you have to have a device that will measure your heart rate. If you don't want the watch, I really recommend you go and have a look at either Clicks or Dis-Chem or Total Sports or Sportsman's Warehouse, wherever you've got your primary store where you're getting your 25% off. You will get 25% off your off the device when you buy at those stores. And also, if you have a savings account, they let you take about, I think it's about 800 Rand if you go to Clicks or Dis-Chem. And you can actually take that out of your medical savings to help pay for your device. And you can get them, I think they range from 1,500 up to 6,000, I think it is. But that's where it's going for next year. They are wanting to measure your intensity and the length of time. So it's not just for showing up. So as I said, the maximum fitness points that you can get now is 50,000. So just to give you an example, if you do a really hard 2-hour cycle for the cyclists, you can get 3,000 points for that one cycle session. So like I said, whereas this year there was a maximum of 200 points. So it's a huge increase in being able to earn points for fitness. Again, I've mentioned now that the kids can actually also get up to 20,000 points to add to the family pot. Right, so for next year, the things that they're not doing any longer, prostate testing. They've stopped that because there's apparently no medical evidence to show that going for regular prostate exams is helpful. And then, right, we won't worry about that. They're adding to the list of points earning activity for next year, if you're over 50, colonoscopies. So I'm quite excited about that because I think it's a really good thing to do, have an annual colonoscopy. And then it was that family history tool that I mentioned that on the previous clip, that if you do the tool online, you'll get points as well. And the children can now get points for having a vitality check and an optometry visit. So 2,500 for the vitality check. It's along the lines of testing their blood pressure, their weight, and their, I think it's their, something like that, blood pressure and height and weight, and they have to do a questionnaire on healthy living, and they will get 2,500 points for doing that from next year as well, and also 2,000 points for checking their eyes. Right, the changes on the Discovery credit card, I just wanted to mention, Woolworths unfortunately has been removed, not from the healthy food. If you've chosen Woolworths as your Vitality healthy food partner, you will still get 25% off the healthy foods. But for those of you who are paying with your Discovery credit card, if you, for example, were on Diamond, the miles that you earned on buying the food from Woolworths and anything else you used to buy at Woolworths, the miles would be multiplied by 10. That unfortunately has been removed. Woolies have pulled out of that for next year. So you'll still get the 25%, but not the miles multiplier. But they've added BP to the list. So now for all the times that I've told my clients that you don't need to pay for petrol using your Discovery credit card, now you do want to use it because your miles will be multiplied by your Vitality status. So maximum of 10 times is on Diamond. And also what's new for next year is the miles that you earned. Last year we could only use it for local travel and at the online mall, or convert them to Avios miles to use for overseas travel. This year they are allowing you to use your miles to buy at any of the stores, like at Woolworths and Clicks, Dis-Chem, Pick n Pay, Total Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse. So you can actually use them as a currency. And then unfortunately Stutterford's has pulled out of the cashback on the stores for the credit card as well for next year. And that was it. So I hope this has been helpful. Again, if you have any questions, please email me, hester@lifestylecoach.co.za. Thank you.